Okay, so I believe that you can see my slides right now.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
And thank you, Sanskruti, for helping me out. Really, really happy about that. So I put a very mystic photograph over here. And the reason I put a mystic photograph is that everything about the eyes is so mysterious. There's so many Bollywood songs and Hollywood songs written on the eyes. आंखों ने आंखों से कहा क्या कहा मैं न जानू. You know, it's like तेरी आंखों के सिवा दुनिया में. So when we're talking about eyes, what are we talking about? The meditation, because eyes have been extended beyond its capacity as just an organ of sight. So I want you to put it down in the chat कि आपको क्या लगता है कि आंखों के बारे में इतना क्यों जिक्र किया जाता है? Why is it so important? और मजे की बात ये है, almost I think 70% of people today have got a crutch in front of their eyes. And that's called the spectacles. Almost 70% of the people have a crutch in front of their eyes. मतलब देखने के लिए तुम्हें कुछ चाहिए. So great invention, lenses are great invention, spectacles are great invention. And they, somehow it's like in olden times, if somebody was walking with, holding a crutch in their hand and walking away, you would have looked at that person and said, oh, he's, disabled. But somewhere when we are looking at our eyes and a spectacle in front of our eyes, we've made it a fashion statement. We are bringing up lenses of different colors, which is a fashion statement. And that's great. But can we halt for a minute and think, why do we need those spectacles in front of our eyes? चश्मा हम क्यों पहन रहे हैं? क्या गम है जिसे छुपा रहे हैं? What is it that we don't want the world to see? Because कहने में ये भी आता है कि अगर आपके पास कुछ छुपाने के लिए नहीं है, तो आप आंखों में आंखें डाल के देख सकते हो. The आंखें चुराना in Hindi is a muhavra which is used for something that you want to hide and you don't want the other person to know. Because emotions can be depicted by your eyes. You can actually see कि आंखों में क्या चल रहा है और क्या नहीं चल रहा है. So I really want you guys to write down in the chat ki what is your expectation? What do you think I'm going to be doing today? And what do you think we are going to be learning today? चलिए मैं 2 मिनट की screen निकाल देती हूँ and then we'll come back to objectives. Any idea, guys? Why are we writing? Why are we looking at the eye health today? So, okay, there are a lot of messages that have been put by Sanskruti in the chat. Please have a look at it, because these are all different classes that are going to be starting. And Manjushi says for calm, love, honesty, anger, furious, my eyes make my life manageable. Ruby, can you explain that, how your eyes make your life manageable? Is that possible? Can you unmute yourself, Ruby, and can you tell us why? Yeah, thank you.
When I can't see well, I feel like I'm disoriented and I feel uncomfortable because I'm not seeing the best I can. And I just feel safer navigating the world with spectacles or with being able to see as well as I can see.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ruby. Where are you from?
Seattle, Washington.
Hi, welcome. So very good question. You said, I don't enjoy seeing blurriness in my life. So I want everybody for a minute to write down, why would you think we would blur everything around ourselves? Why do you think our eyes will not let us see things the way we want to see things. Why do you think there would be blurriness around us? What do you think is happening which is causing blurriness around us? Just guess. Just guess. कि आप देखना क्यों नहीं चाहते? Why is it that everything that should be clear and crystal is not clear and crystal for you? And so now I want
Life is also not clear and crystal.
Thank you, Manjushri. That's exactly what I'm getting at. What in your life is not clear and crystal? Please write that down. So I'm going to go back to my slides over here. So we're going to learn about how we feel internally, and that's how we project things externally. Whatever we are feeling, if we feel life is not clear, and in what respect, it could be in a relationship, it could be a job where we are not clear about how things should be. It could be that I don't want to see my father's anger. Now my father isn't, I can't leave that room and go, can I? So I blur my vision so that I continue to stay there, but I can't see him being angry anymore. So beautiful. Our eyes do something. It's like that Aladdin. You have the lamp and the Aladdin says, you know, the lamp, Aladdin's lamp, you rub the lamp and you have the world exactly the way you want it. The world is not a perfect place. And our eyes want you to see the world as perfect place. We are stubborn beings. We want our life to be absolutely perfect. Like a mom and dad to be absolutely perfect. They should never ever fall unwell. Like a child should always be happy. Like my house should always be neat. Like my husband should always be loving towards me. And in the process, we are ready to bend. We are ready because we get stiff. So just for a minute, I want all of you to look at this. Imagine if you were carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. What will happen to your shoulders? Just for a minute, imagine that you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. Like that, yes, what will happen?
It will bend. Body will bend.
Yes, the body will bend. What else will happen? Let's say that weight you can't pick up, but you have to pick up. You have to pick up that weight.
Pain on the shoulder.
Very good. So you still have to pick up the bag. So imagine you're picking up 4 big bags, each of 100 kgs. 4 big bags, each of 100
Eyes will come out. Eyes will come out. इतना टेंशन लेके हम जाएंगे, eyes come out हो जाएगा.
Yeah, so there will be a lot of stress on the shoulder, right? Stress
Yes.
beyond our capacity of holding something. If we are tense, our muscles of that area which we are putting weight on also become tense. Similarly is the eyes. When we have to see so many things and make sense of so many things to do, especially during the COVID when we haven't been able to see our loved ones easily. Everything is at social distancing. And we still have to make sense of what's going on a small screen. And maybe I don't even have your face and talk to a screen. Can you imagine the medium has changed? I'm not really able to see you, but I'm able to see myself performing back again. And everybody looks that tiny. That's small. And I'm supposed to make sense of what's going on with that small screen. Life can be like that you have everything in front of you. You can only see your feelings, but you can't see other people's feelings, and they look that tiny to you. But how other people are in their life has an impact on us always, always. And when we can't see clarity in relationships, clarity in workplace, clarity with our children, clarity with our older people, we kind of want to blur the whole world. We want to not see things clearly. Okay, is this much very clear before we get into meditation? Okay, I'm just going to carry you through a few slides before we really get into the act of looking at what we are looking at today. So we're going to learn today that eye problems are projections of the inner vision problems. We will learn the reasons of blurriness in our eyes and in a meditative form. We'll also learn how to create clarity and vision in our life. So we need to know that our outer vision is a reflection of our inner process. Can we mute everyone? Thank you so much. Okay, okay, so I've just muted everybody. And let's go back. Our outer vision, which means how we see the world and how we are inside, is two different things. We want to play a role. We want to find a soulmate. So many of us want to find a soulmate. Great, that's the outer vision. We want to find a soulmate. Internally, how are we feeling? If we find someone, our independence will go. Internally, we are feeling threatened. If I get married, I might not be able to work. Oh my God, I'll have to make children. It's another stress. Oh my God, there might be an in-laws to take care of. Too many stresses. So externally, what do I want? I want a soulmate. Internally, how am I feeling? Scared. If I get into a relationship, I might not be able to perform well in that relationship. Let's look at another story. Externally, I want to be rich like Bill Gates. I want to be famous like Deepika Padukone. Internally, how am I feeling? Oh my God, that's too much of work. He must have had some, a wand, good luck, something going on for him. Things worked out for him. He didn't have to do anything. That's how it feels to me right now. He's just arrived in life. That's too much. I don't think he ever sweated it the way I have to sweat it right now to reach wherever and to become that rich. So I would just want you to take a paper and write down on your paper, what is your internal vision? Pick up for your relationships, whichever relationship you are in right now. So if you're with a husband, if you're minus husband, if you're with a partner, if your relationship is with your children, choose which relationship. Internally, how you're feeling, externally, how you're projecting yourself. Because what we are projecting outside is not in sync with what's going on internally within us. Does anybody have any experience to share over here? Do you have any experience to share over here where internally you're feeling different and externally you're doing a certain role? I'll give you one more example. Maybe externally I'm playing a role of, a very happy daughter or very happy daughter-in-law. That's very something that you can all, let's go with a daughter. I'm playing a role externally of being a very happy daughter. But every time I go to my mom's house, my body says, come back home. Every time I go to my mom's house, I can't be there more than half an hour. My body is saying, come back. Is there a sync between what I'm showing the world and what I'm feeling? Guys, is there a sync between how I'm feeling and how my body is reacting? Is there a connection or there's no connection? Yes, Manjushri.
We will get frightened. गिर भी सकते उस सिंक के अंदर.
बिल्कुल, you get frightened. Yes, Ruby.
I never thought about this, but when I got back to Seattle, I've been helping people keep their homes because there's a big struggle with, people trying to stay in their homes. And I have to project myself as being really strong and confident that everybody is stay in their homes, when inside of me, I'm not feeling that confident, I'm feeling as confident as I can, but there are some doubts. And my eyes problem started when I moved back to Seattle.
Thank you so much.
with,
So you've been able to connect. Thank you so much
yeah.
for that authenticity. So what I'm trying to get at is that we are not honest to ourselves. We may say a lot of things. I want to be rich. I want to have a best relationship with my mom. With my husband, I want to make love like I melt with him. But my body doesn't support me. My mind doesn't support me. It is saying something else. And in all this, what I'm showing the world and what I'm seeing of myself, that's the internal vision of myself, is far apart. I'm showing the world, I feel very pretty. Internally, I feel ugly. बाहर से मैं लोगों को देख रही हूँ और बोल रही हूँ कि मैं तो बहुत खूबसूरत हूँ. अंदर मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत ugly हूँ. Outside, I'm showing people I'm very beautiful. As a person, as a soul, internally, I feel like a lump of shit. The internal vision and external vision are fighting with each other. And in this process, my eyes can't see properly because they don't have one thing to see. One projection and internal truth are not in sync with each other. Yes, Manjushri?
Yes, I wanted to say ki internally, I will say now, due to this financial problems and all, and my mother and my sister used to say me ki now as you are a widow, you go and get married to someone. Fine. I said okay that time. But when I met that person, he said, I will not accept your child. Matlab, if you will not accept my child, how will I accept your child? I can't accept it. And first thing was this. And second thing, they are not accepting my child. And then I will have to do loads of work there, which I can't manage. I am simple. I am very fine here in my house also because I do less of work and I enjoy my get setup and everything. So I'm fine here. Why should I go and get married or do a headache with that?
Absolutely. So what we have to be clear, whatever we are feeling inside is what we are showing outside. Sometimes to make our parents happy, we say, okay, fine. Right now I'm dealing with a case where the boy is being asked to stay back in the marriage and the girl is being asked to stay back in marriage when both can't get along. They both have loudly said, we are not compatible. They have been staying with each other for 4 years. We are not compatible. Our society, our parents don't want to hear it. Why? When people are saying they're not compatible, when people are saying, I don't want to be rich, when people are saying, I don't want to do this, why are we not hearing them? But it's so interesting when we are not hearing them, we are not hearing ourselves and we are putting pressure on ourselves and on other people. And in the process, we are blurring our vision because our internal world and our external world is not in the same place. So we're going to be meditating for the next 20 minutes on creating our internal world and external world as one and the same thing. Anybody has anything to share before I get into the meditation?
Yes, I have Ruchika.
Yes, Ruchika.
See, ma'am, I'm asking this in Chopal also. They were talking about I am. See, I am what I am. Day before yesterday, we had this Hasya Club
Ruchika, you have a
meeting.
beautiful face. Can I put your camera on and put you on spotlight? Thank you so much. I would really.
Yes. I was lying down. I have come.
Very
I
difficult.
was lying down.
No
So
problem.
because I got up at 3 o'clock, so I was. So the thing is, ma'am, I am sometimes honest to the core. You know, they left me the other day. Hasya Club ladies. One of them who was to take. Promised me she'll take, and I was at my sessions and not gossiping with them, and I was left behind, and somehow I reached, took a shared auto, then somebody gave me a lift, some other member came and picked me up. So that was the ridicule I was laughed at, because I am very truthful. So en route, when I was coming back, I told them, yes, I had a lot of problems. They left me. So and so left me. My neighbor, she has a jealous and a problematic attitude towards me. We don't speak because of something. My husband has gone and said, forgive her. Ye wo nahi karti. She has her attitude, and we are not on talking terms. And my son says कि अगर एक थप्पड़ मारते हो तो आपकी भी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट है, आप जाके यादा मत. और कई बार मैंने किया है, गाड़ी रोक के
So Ruchika, we are talking here about.
I am coming to the point. I am
Yes.
coming. My problem is that solve this problem, that I leave that Hase Club. Then again, I get a call today that you come for your birthday celebration. Why didn't you come today? So I'm in a delusion that I make it clear in my mind कि मेरी आंखें जो है मेरे को नहीं उनकी हंसी देखनी, मेरे को अपने घर में ही वर्चुअल कर लेना है. लेकिन फिर मुझे I get confused. So so tell me,
I love the word Ruchika used. The word is delusion. We live in delusion because what is it that is really the truth? Even we don't know. If we don't know what's the truth about our life, how can we judge the other person's truth? And that's all I will tell you. Ruchika, let's get into meditation. And I really, really hope that this is really going to help you. So what I want you all to do is close your eyes. Relax. Breathe. I just want you to breathe. And focus on your breath. And with every focus on your breath, allow your eyes to relax. Just focusing on your breath, allowing your eyes to relax. Keep relaxing your eyes till you feel that the eyes are so relaxed that they really want to sleep. Keep focusing on your breath. And as your eyes relax, your breath becomes even more comfortable. And more comfortable your breath gets, more relaxed are your eyes. Keep breathing. Going deep into relaxation. You feel like lying down? You can. Just allowing the same relaxation to move throughout your body. Allowing 70 trillion cells in your body to relax now. Allowing 70 trillion cells in your body to feel the calmness. And as you can feel the calmness in your body, you can feel your eyes relaxing even more. You're going to look at how you see yourself externally. Become very aware of how you see yourself. Become aware of your expectations. Become aware of all those things that are disturbing your vision. Become aware of the anger that you may have for people. Become aware of the fear that you're holding inside your eyes. Become aware of how you feel when your eyes are angry, fearful, guilty, stressed. Slowly keep breathing in, and with every breath that you take in, bring in a beautiful color. I don't know what's the color of relaxation for your subconscious, but your subconscious level knows exactly the color that will help you and your eyes and 70 trillion cells in your body to relax. So bringing in that color that you feel will relax you. Slowly imagine that this color is covering you externally. Keep breathing in the color that will relax you externally. With every breath that you're taking in, you're allowing your body to relax, your eyes to relax. And with every breath that you're taking in, the color your subconscious has chosen is becoming brighter and brighter. You can feel now your whole body relax. Feel the color going inside your body, falling all over your eyes. Where you're going to tell yourself, I love my eyes. Let the color which is used by your subconscious to relax your eyes. And as you keep relaxing your eyes, become aware of how much work your eyes are doing. Become aware of how your eyes are connecting you and making you aware of people and things outside you. Covering your eyes with the healing, relaxing color. And telling your eyes, I love my eyes. I love what my eyes see. I love the imperfections in this world. I love it that my eyes are open to seeing imperfections in this world. Everything that my eyes are seeing is okay. I love my eyes. I love my eyes. Imagine as if you're touching your eyes with that color, with your beautiful fingertips. And as you're touching your eyes with your fingertips, your eyes are relaxing even more. Bringing in sound of healing. I don't know what's the sound of healing for your subconscious, but as you're touching your eyes can hear the healing music. It can feel the healing color. And you're going to tell yourself, I love how my eyes see the world. I love my eyes. Keep giving it loving music and the loving color with a loving touch. Tenderly caressing your eyes and telling your eyes, I love my eyes. I have beautiful visions inside out. I have beautiful visions inside out. I love my eyes. The healing music of your subconscious, the healing color, and the healing touch is helping your eyes relax 10,000 times more than they would relax right now. For the next few minutes, you will be hearing the internal healing music. And you will continue to see the healing color falling on your eyes, making the muscles of your body and your eyes relax. I see everything clearly now. No matter where I look. With these healing colors, with this healing touch, with the healing sounds, I can see everything clearly now. I give myself permission to see everything clearly now. I give myself permission to see my loved ones clearly now. I give myself permission to see the things clearly the way they are. And I love my eyes. And no matter what's happening outside, I can see everything clearly now. I have the ability to see everything clearly now. And I'm sending love and healing music and healing colors to all those things that in my vision are not perfect. I'm sending love and healing to all those visions that are not perfect. My eyes can see and look at my past of whatever happened with me. And can look at my present with whatever is happening there. And have the ability to look at the future, which is unknown, with love. I see and give myself permission to look at my past with love. To send healing, loving colors to my past. Healing sounds to my past. Healing touch to my past. I am accepting whatever is happening in the present with love. And I'm sending love in form of colors, sound, and touch to everything in the present. I'm sending to my future lots and lots of love. I want you to now create a picture in your mind of a very beautiful future. Loving future. Where you can see things the way you want to see them. Where you are looking exactly the way you want yourself to look and feel. Where the world is exactly the way you want it to be. Where you can feel the calmness inside out. Where you can be relaxed and your eyes can touch everything that it needs to touch and see. And with that, I'm giving myself permission to choose positive thoughts, to choose a view of life where my thoughts are creating positive pictures of my future. Where my eyes are seeing good everywhere. In everyone. I can see good everywhere and in everyone. And I'm creating a life which is full of love, full of joy, full of fun. Make this picture that you've created of your future bigger, brighter, stronger. Carry that picture into your heart and see how your heart feels with the beautiful vision you've created for your future. And with every beat of your heart, the picture becomes brighter, more beautiful. Slowly, you can see this picture circulating throughout your body. This beautiful picture of love, future that you've created. See this beautiful picture in your eyes, creating beautiful visions, making those visions even more deeper and meaningful. Carrying this vision outside your heart into the room that you're sitting in. Take your time and cover the whole room that you're sitting in, full of the visions that you have created. Carrying the imprints of your future, which is full of love, joy. Carrying it out of your room now into your whole house. Take your time covering every corner of your house with healing colors, healing music, healing touch, healing pictures. Wherever you see, you can only see this picture of the beautiful future you've created. Slowly, this picture is floating out into the other apartments, into the other houses, into the city that you're living in. You can see your entire city being covered up with this beautiful vision that you've created. And slowly you can see yourself sitting on the cloud, looking at the vision that you've created throughout the universe. Seeing yourself become a small child sitting up on the cloud, watching your vision create the universe. And slowly, there is no difference between the universe and your picture. Keep breathing. Keep becoming aware of your universe and your vision. I want you to integrate every vision that you've had from across space and time, just integrating, integrating, integrating all the broken visions from across space and time. Let go, let go, let go. Let go of all your anger, all your fear. Continue sitting on the cloud and looking at the beautiful, amazing universe that you've created now. A safe universe that you've created for yourself and your loved ones. Slowly carry that child who was sitting on the cloud to the safest place that you can find on this planet Earth. To the safest place that you can find on this planet Earth. You can get the smells of safety, taste of safety, vision of safety, touch of safety, taste of safety, thoughts of safety. Holding that safety, slowly float back into the room, into the chair that you're sitting, and bringing yourself back into this room. If anybody wants to share the experiences of how you're feeling, you can unmute yourself and talk. Thank you. Any understandings that came in, anything that you got from the meditation.
Good feeling of peace and comfort.
Thank you for sharing with me. Any learnings? How does your universe look? Anybody else who wants to share? Anybody else who wants to share how they're feeling? Jyoti, Maya, Sanchita, Rani, Geeta ji, Surekha, Beena, Asha, Shiraz, Jyoti, Kiran, Tejinder, Ruchika. Okay. We'll wait another 1 minute. Anybody who wants to share? Let's go to the last bit. Let's say this together to ourselves. I love my eyes. Be very loving when you say this to your eyes. Touching your eyes, feeling your eyes, I love my eyes. I love what my eyes see. I love the dreams that my eyes have. I have good eyes. I have good eyes. I see everything clearly, no matter where I look. I see everything clearly, no matter where I look. I see and I look at my past, present, and future with love. I see and I look at my past, present, and future with love. I choose how I view life because I choose my thoughts. I choose how I view life because I choose my thoughts. I see the good everywhere and in everyone. I see the good everywhere and in everyone. I create the life that I want to see with love. I create the life that I want to see with love. I appreciate my eyes. I appreciate my eyes. Tejinder says, मेरी eyes में dryness बहुत है. How can I heal it? So Tejinder, why don't you put on the audio and let's talk about it. I still have got 3 minutes. Tejinder, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Tejinder, for how many years have you had dry eyes?
It's about 10, 20 years
10, 20
chronic problem.
chronic problem. So when these dry eyes started, was there something that had changed in your life? Like you got married, or maybe you changed a place, or maybe children were born, something new happened in life?
No, before marriage मैम ऐसे काफी टाइम से बहुत ज्यादा ड्राइनेस है और खारिश बहुत होती है आइज में. लगता है जैसे आइज को ना इतना रब करूँ ना, कोई जैसे कोई टावल लेके इसको रब करती जाऊं, इतनी खारिश होती है.
तो जिंदर शादी से पहले भी शुरू हो गया था?
हाँ, बहुत क्रॉनिक है ये प्रॉब्लम मुझे.
जिंदर, आई विश आई हैड मोर टाइम और ये प्रॉब्लम को हम पकड़ सकते. 158 पे हैं हम. I will have to do the last slides and let's see how much time do I have. Okay?
Okay.
आपको शुरू में ऑन करके बोलना चाहिए था. Learning
Actually,
eye problems.
बहुत लेट ऑन किया तो
And
तभी मेरे
that
को मैं
eye
पहले
problems are, we learned today that eye problems are projections of our inner vision problems. Learned that the reasons of blurriness in our eye, and we tried to create clarity in the vision. So, any questions here? If you want to find related classes, please click explore and please check your email. You will be getting notes, and please do write your feedback, because your feedback is extremely precious. Help me to navigate the things in different way. And please share your experience. Hashtag at Get Set Up, at Get Set Up, social at Get Set Up. You could share your experience on the social media and hashtag Get Set Up. You can host an interest group by contacting help at getsetup.io. So let's go back. So Tejinder, when you started, do you remember how old you were? Go back and see what was the change happening at that time.
मैम कुछ नहीं, ये कुछ कह ही नहीं सकती मैम। मतलब कभी होता है, तकरीबन रोज रात को ज्यादा होता है। रात को ऐसे होता है जैसे आंख ही नहीं खुलती, इतनी हैवी आईज होती हैं, जैसे खुलती नहीं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मैं बंद करके सो जाऊं।
What is happening at night, Tejinder, जिसकी वजह से आपको लगता है कि आंखें बंद कर लो? क्या नहीं देखना चाहते रात को?
जैसे रात को मतलब मुझे लगता है जैसे इतना नींद आती है कि मेरे को मतलब जैसे थकावट हो जाती है, मैं बंद कर लूं आईज, सारा स्ट्रेस आईज पे पड़ता है और आईज इतनी हैवी हो जाती है, खुलनी मुश्किल हो जाती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से खोलती है।
मैं समझ गई आपकी बात। आपकी जिंदगी में ऐसा क्या हो रहा होता है शाम को जो ज्यादा स्ट्रेसफुल होता है?
मेरी जिंदगी में सब सारा दिन नहीं मैम स्ट्रेसफुल है। एक्चुअली ये नहीं कि लाइफ में कोई भी आदमी ऐसा नहीं जिसके लाइफ में स्ट्रेस ना हो, पर कोई थोड़ा लाइटली लेता है, कोई बहुत ज्यादा इसको मतलब मैं बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिव सोचती हूँ। बस मेरी ये माइनस पॉइंट आई नो, पर इसका आईज पे भी तो इफेक्ट पड़ता होगा ना।
इसी का तो आंखों पे असर पड़ रहा है ना।
हाँ यस मैम, ये
अगर
अपने बस में नहीं
आपने सारे स्ट्रेस, कितने खूबसूरत तरीके से आपने कहा, स्ट्रेस तो सभी लेते हैं, एवरीबडी टेक स्ट्रेस,
बस
but
बस
everybody doesn't necessarily make such negative thoughts. So at night, if your eyes are closing down, which normally everybody closes their eyes and sleeps at night, but you are taking so much of stress that even if you want to open your eyes, you can't. It's like if I take any more, if I open my eyes anymore, I will take further stress and I will think further negative about it. So you're blocking your eyes, not your thoughts.
यस,
तो उसके ऊपर काम करना पड़ेगा ना तेजिंदर?
हाँ ये सही बात है मैम।
ठीक।
इसका कोई एक्सरसाइज है, कोई इसका कोई योगा या कुछ इसके लिए कुछ मतलब क्या कोई है इसके लिए प्रिकॉशन?
का दिमाग खराब हो, सॉरी टू से दिस, दिमाग ही ठीक करना पड़ेगा ना।
वो तो है, वो तो स्ट्रेस से रिलेटेड है, पर लेकिन कुछ मतलब आईज में भी तो प्रॉब्लम होगी, इतनी ड्राइनेस है मैम।
मेरे बच्चे वो सारा इकट्ठा ही कनेक्टेड है। अगर आपने जिंदगी में इतनी ड्राइनेस ले आए हो, आप नेगेटिव थॉट्स को ऐड कर करके, कि वो नेगेटिव थॉट्स को भगाना पड़ेगा ना, उनके ऊपर काम करना पड़ेगा, ताकि आपकी आंखें खुशी से जिंदगी को देखना चाहें। अगर आप जिंदगी देख ही नहीं रहे हो, तब भी आप आंखें बंद कर रहे हो ना। समझ रहे हो?
ओके,
क्या है कि दो हो गए हैं और मुझे जाना पड़ेगा। So thank you everybody. Can I make a request to each and every one of you, and thank you Sanskruti. It is very, very difficult to have a feedback or to talk to all of you when your screens are muted, and I can't even see
so
how.
much. Thank you so much ma'am, thank you so much.
I wish and I desire that if you can, I will feel more included and inclusive if you can, from the next session, put on your cameras. So tomorrow you'll be meeting me again at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and at 5 in the evening, and day after again, you'll be meeting me at 5 o'clock in the evening with sound music. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a lot of artwork. Please go on the website and have a look of what materials you need to carry to come to the class tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sanskruti.